Hi guys, welcome back to a new video. In this video we're going to do a little bit of a book review. So we've got two copies of Forces. So Forces was a short series of books done in the 80s. So we start off, I think it was Forces 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88. I don't know if there was an 89, I probably might be wrong, but I've only got two copies. I've got Forces 85 and 86. I think the other ones I do have are probably with my other books at the moment, so which are currently in the lockup in Aldershot, so fun times. But yeah, so we're going to have a look at those and a quick little thing, because we haven't done a book review for a while. I thought, well, might be a little interesting. Okay, so here we have the Forces 85 and 86 books. So we have 85, which was the Falklands Aftermath edition. I think that 84 was, well, I'm not entirely sure. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but yeah, we have the Falklands Aftermath, and we have Forces 86. So a quick breeze through these. We'll start off with 85, obviously, and then we'll go on to 86. Okay, here we go. So we'll open the cover back. And obviously see one of the warships that went down to the South Atlantic. Not entirely sure, it might be Glamorgan, but then again it might not be. I think it's one of the air defense destroyers, I think, from what I can see. So here we see Fortress Falklands, Garrison grows, Sea War, Land War, etc., Air War, Argentina's War, a defeat reviewed, British forces abroad, a global role, and new equipment for the forces with the rearm. We'll quickly breeze through this, not too long because we've got to get into the other as well. Introduction, if you want to pause for a quick read there. Obviously we see a Westland, I can't actually remember, Wessex, that's it, Wessex. I'm jumping into that there, very, very cool. Members of the Royal Navy and one of the Scottish regiments. Possibly the, actually I'm not too sure actually who they are. Excuse me. So Rex Hunt, Commissioner of the Falkland Islands. My dad met Rex Hunt actually briefly when he was down in late 82 after the war. Sheep farming, etc. Just chilling on the decks of one of the ships. Actually, no, I think that's a squadron. Yeah, here we go. Pilots and navigators of 23 bandit squadron on standby outside temporary accommodation. Very cool. And there we go. The bombing of Stanley, etc., and the damage. Sea War. Aggravated radar. Sinking of the Belgrano, Conqueror. Argentine carrier, the Cinco de Mayo, or January. I can't remember what Cinco de Mayo means. It's basically just the date. Please correct me. Galtieri. Hit of the HMS Ardent. After it's hit by a bomb. Well, after the bomb went off anyway. Different destroyers. Broadsword. That was the name of the destroyer at the start. Broadsword. Grytviken. And the Santa Fe. Again, my dad spent a bit of time down in Grytviken. I've also seen the cap of the captain of the Santa Fe as well, so that's kind of cool. Land Forces, Land War Special Forces. Some cool kit there. Typical any Special Forces unit. This is the... very cool. You see some this SAS, looks like it. Armalite and an FAF, SLR, sorry. Looks like a... very cool there. Carl Gustav with the SAS guy. Some Frogmen. I'll kind of skip through this bit, but I just don't really want to skip them too much about it. So we've got a the air war. We have a Harrier. One of the carriers on the way down. Hermes, HMS Hermes specifically. A couple of the Phantoms they were using. Here's the Nimrod refueling tanker, the RAF. So is the refueling tanker? No, this was the basically the AWACS, I think. Chinook, were they Wessex? Argentine War, reviewed. There's some brilliant photos in there. Here we have the bring up there the original surrender of the Royal Marines at Government House at the start of the war with one of the Argentine commandos, who's got some very alley kit on. He's got like almost like a gilet on with a silent Sterling, which looks fucking awesome. The Argentinians after the fall of Stanley, and their sort of propaganda and their magazines, etc., and talking about the power of the Argentine forces. Then again, like, they did put up a good fight. Honestly, like, they had some very good units, the commandos and their special forces, etc., and some very good regulars. But obviously, there were a lot of conscripts as well. Yeah, and the South Atlantic is not a pleasant place to be. Here we go, the capture of the Argentinians at some of this is Goose Green, a lot of it's Stanley, and some of the AA forces. Oh, here we go. British forces abroad. This is very cool. So there's some nice kit here. Obviously, this is the British Army in the 80s on jungle warfare training, and probably in Belize. Yep, Belize, jungle patrol in Belize, with SLRs and sort of their boonie hats, etc. Yeah, it looks awesome. Looks really cool. Alley as hell. It talks about their brief time in the different deployments around the world during the 80s. Obviously, it's a very different time to that during the 60s. There's another really cool kit on sort of a riverboat in Brunei. Sorry, a quick cut there. Sorry about that. Yeah, GPMG gunners, some CVRTs, and I'll quickly skip through a bit more of this. Really cool in the jungle DPMs with the some 44 pattern weapon, very cool. And on the lookout over the borders, Arctic warfare training, etc. New equipment for the army, forces rearm, some new missiles from submarines and new destroyers. Type 22. So this is Broadsword, one of the new destroyers. So she was new when she went out to the Falklands. Persian Gulf. 432s. So the new systems they're putting on there. We have a Alvis Samson. Obviously, I'm reading off the thing there because I completely went blank. And then we have the what is being brought in, individual weapon system, or what will later be coming to the quote-unquote SA-80 series of rifles. But this is basically like almost like prototype systems in the early 80s. Training in mortars. Here's a very cool one for the time. It's got a 2-inch mortar there, which is kind of cool. I think that's a 2-inch mortar. Looks like it, yeah. And a SA-80 with a new kit that's going to be used for the new age. Very cool. Individual weapon, yep. And there's that, really. Little screen through a couple of helicopters, etc., and the blow at the end. So that's the 85. And now we'll quickly get on. Now we get on to the 86. Okay, here we have the 86. So we'll go through this. So Exercise Europe, Lionheart, so Exercise Lionheart, Forces Life joining up, Future Trends, Regiment in Review, the Gurkhas, so A lot of these books generally have a regiment review. Air War, Sea War, Forces Diary, Year of Review. There's some good kit in this one actually. Exercise Lionheart. So it talks like shows like the NBC kit, SLR, all the sort of get the rubber boots, the respirators, the everything else. It's really cool. A couple of CVRTs. The redeployment of the reserves and the TA over to Europe and specifically Germany during Exercise Lionheart. Some pictures from the short series Exercise Lionheart, which is very cool. So GPMG obviously, but he's in his NBC kit. So Milans. The Milans will be new for the first time in Exercise. Paratroopers, shown here as well. Some of the new track rapier systems, new upgrades to CVRTs, 3 para, obviously. Talk about running up Force Life. Talks about what you'll be using, some of the kit. That's a really cool photo, a very alley photo with the GPMG gunner firing from basically from the almost crook of the arm. Carl Gustav. Some deployments. So one of the Royal Marine Commando units out in Cyprus. Cyprus? Yeah, Cyprus on UN deployment. Exercise, etc. on assault courses. That's a very cool one. Northern Ireland, Royal Marine on foot patrol. Very cool. I would say that setup's less for urban foot patrol, more safe for rural, just due to the lack of body armor. But then again, this might be a bit later. But yeah, that's really well. I like that photo. It's very alley. I keep saying alley because it's a great word. Arctic warfare training. So this is Royal Marines, obviously. Arctic Marines. Very cool. Oh, here we go. A class of young trainees. Okay, trainees in the Royal Marines, etc. There. 40 Commando. Future wars, space trends, all this fun, high-tech, cool Cold War stuff. And then like the intercept systems of like the Star Wars project started up in the Reagan administration. I think it was Reagan administration, or was it the Clinton administration? I can't remember. Very cool stuff. And then regiment review, the Gurkhas. Obviously the Gurkhas were deployed to the Falklands as well, just before. Case in point. So the history, which I think is awesome. I love that picture when the 14 pattern webbing equipment looks very cool. So the structures of the regiments at the time up until 85. On their religious ceremonies, World War II, etc. And then training today, or that day anyway. Something in Belize. That's quite a cool photo. The M16. Again, that's in Hong Kong, I think. Serving submachine gun, different fatigues. Yeah, I think that might be Hong Kong. Very cool. Again, the Gurkhas, very good regiment. Well, regiments, I should say. Air War, restructured the re-equipment, being re-equipped. Harriers. What are they? That ones. Sort of trying to find the different things for it, but I think it's like a car or whatever. Very quick cut there again, as I was saying. So we have the Tornadoes, which have been introduced, I think, a few years prior in the late 70s, as sort of a pairing with I think it was with Germany and Italy. I can't exactly remember. I think Italy had them as well. Tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe with Spanish. Probably Italy though. Some other aircraft. Experimental technology. 96. The new Harrier GR5. Talk about different pilots, etc. And the pilot's aviation kit. Very cool. Sort of similar to what you see in the Gulf, but probably a little bit different. I'm not too sure. I'm not too up to date on aviation equipment really. And some stuff about the Lynx attack version. Sea War submarine service. So, talk about different submarines, etc. I think they're the Otis, Oberon class patrol submarines. Different submarines being built. I think this was the new class, mostly US classes actually. Different things going on. Here we go. Royal Navy. That's it. The Trident Submarines. These were the new sort of submarines coming into service in the mid to late 80s. There's a very good picture actually. I like that with the 25-pounders. Sorry, you probably can't see that. There you go. Very, very cool picture. So we have live firing. Oh, live firing, nice. Royal Artillery Lark Hill Open Day events. Wow, I like that. I like that a lot actually. Let's move that up a bit. There we go. See that better. There's some cool pictures there. One of the COs in a radio, raw signals. Very, very cool. The new Warrior, which was being introduced, which I think its first use was during Op Lionheart. I think I'm not entirely sure. I might be wrong, but I think maybe they were used during Op Lionheart for the first time. The MRLS system. MLRS, sorry, correction, MLRS. Multi-launch rocket system, basically. You'd see there's a lot during Desert Storm, like a lot. Very, very cool systems. New aircraft, I think that's a Jaguar, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, Jaguar. New Bradleys coming in for American service. Sorry, again, you can't see this properly. Down a little bit. New automated systems, and yeah, things like that. And I think this is that picture up there's Northern Ireland, possibly. Yeah, very cool though. And yeah, different equipment for the British Army at the time, and then the radios at the end. So that's basically it. With a nice picture of a chieftain on the back. So those are the two books of Forces 85 and 86. I will try and find the other ones, or I know I do have at least one or two more. If not, I think I can get them online somewhere, if I still can. So yeah, we'll end this and wrap up the video. So I really, really hope you enjoyed that. Sorry for the bit of the shaky camera, and there'll be a bit of editing because the tripod fell over, but fun times. It's all work in progress, obviously. Even though I've been doing this for a while now, still always work in progress. So I really, as I said again, really hope you enjoyed that. Any more book reviews you feel you want to have seen, let me know. I'll do a quick, I'll do maybe some pictures, whatever, of the bookcase, etc. I've got what I've got in there at the moment. You can probably, if you want to, pick a couple of selections if you want to, and I can do a book review. Because the last book I did was Tommy's War, and that was, oh god, that was a while ago now. That was actually a really, really nice donation from my friend Ricardo, who lives out in Italy. So really, really good book that is. The pictures in there, brilliant. Richard Van Nenden is a very good historian, I find. But yeah, as I say again, thank you for watching. I really, really appreciate it. We want to check out all our social media, etc., regarding with this channel or the podcast, or even for the Living History Festival. Please check those out because it's going to be great. So it's bye from me, and I hope we'll see you guys soon. Bye.